everybody, and welcome back to Base Camp. Today is session 11 in our series on the Apostles' Creed. The line that we're going to be looking at today is, I believe in the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the third person of the Trinity. He is God's power on earth. He lives within all believers, empowering us to do God's work in the world. He also convicts people of their sins. Without the convicting power of the Holy Spirit, we wouldn't even consider God or turn to Him. He was promised by Jesus before He was crucified in John chapter 14, verses 15 through 17. If you love me, obey my commandments, and I will ask the Father, and He will give you another advocate, who will never leave you. He is the Holy Spirit, who leads into all truth. The world cannot receive Him because it isn't looking for Him and doesn't recognize Him, but you know Him because He lives with you now and later will be in you. So He was promised by Jesus to the disciples before He suffered on the cross. The Holy Spirit is also the seal of our adoption. In Galatians chapter 4, verse 6 says, and because we are His children, God has sent the Holy Spirit of His Son into our hearts, prompting us to call out, Abba, Father. And you also see this in Romans chapter 8, verses 15 through 17. So you have not received a spirit that makes you fearful slaves. Instead, you have received God's Spirit, when He adopted you as His own children. Now we call Him Abba, Father, for His Spirit joins with our spirit to affirm that we are God's children. And since we are His children, we are heirs. In fact, together with Christ, we are heirs of God's glory. But if we are to share His glory, we must also share His suffering. So the Holy Spirit that lives in believers is a seal or a deposit of our adoption. He is also a deposit of things to come. In 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 22, and He has identified us as His own by placing the Holy Spirit in our hearts as the first installment that guarantees everything He has promised us. So the Holy Spirit is very important. He helps us live the Christian life. And if you are a believer, He is living inside of you and will aid you as you seek to pursue God and God's ways. So that is the line of the Creed that says, I believe in the Holy Spirit. In our next session, we will be talking about the Holy Catholic Church and the communion of saints. So we'll see you next time, and God bless.